If I were to date outside of my race, I will always choose to date an Indian man.
Let's talk real quick. If you're not in a room where women are saying that Indian men are beautiful, you're not in the right room.
You knew that there was going to be backlash. You were ready for it, but you knew that you wanted to be with me.
This week I had a really great time with this guy I've been dating for like a month now, and I haven't dated a guy in almost a year. So being a black woman that has married into an Asian family, I do get this comment a lot, like this type of comment a lot.
Story time on how I met this handsome Indian man at the gas station.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unfiltered For You Stories. Benedict is my name, and you're most welcome to today's video. If you're new here, you're most welcome, and if you're my returning viewer, thank you so much for always watching my videos. I really appreciate. So today we have another interesting episode. We have been seeing videos where more black women are choosing to date outside their race, and this time, I came across videos on TikTok where some black women are saying that if I were to date outside my race, I would go for the Z World Brothers, and those are the Indian men. We are going to see some clips where some black women are already dating the Indian men and those who are even already married to them. It's really interesting. So without wasting much time, let's watch these clips and then we shall give our views in the comments. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch up with you after these clips are played.
Let's talk real quick. If you're not in a room where women are saying that Indian men are beautiful, you're not in the right room. Now, I like to call myself a male connoisseur. And if you go on my page, you will see I have ogled every kind of man. Black men, Asian men, white men, every man. A melanated man was kissed by God. And this is a couple times I've heard this idea that Asian men are not attractive or desirable. Desirable to whom is the question. Because if you don't feel that in the rooms you're in, you need to go into the room where a woman can't wait to see you coming, but watch you leave. And you could hear that from me, beautiful man.
If I were to date outside of my race, I will always choose to date an Indian man. Because baby, have you seen their culture? Indian culture is one of the most beautiful cultures I've ever seen. And I feel like I love their culture so much because it reminds me so much of Nigerian culture. So I just know we're gonna get along. I've always loved like Bollywood movies. My sister was more obsessed than I was, but we used to like watch Bollywood movies religiously. Like their weddings are so beautiful. Like their culture is so beautiful. Like their outfits and customs and so beautiful. I hope one day like I can genuinely befriend an Indian or multiple. Hey, we could have a gang. But like I really, really love their culture. And so if I were to pick to date someone out of my race, like hands down, it will be an Indian for sure.
You knew that there was going to be backlash. You were ready for it, but you knew that you wanted to be with me.
Before telling your parents, right, the couple really need to sit down and be like, what do you want out of this relationship? How far are you willing to go?
Yeah.
Would you divorce me if your mum said to?
Would have ended ages ago. Imagine if you'd listened to what your mom was saying, or I had listened to what my dad was saying.
Yeah.
They fell in love with somebody that their parents did not accept. And it's really sad that this is still happening in 2024.
I was young, like I said to my dad, I or this girl ran off because the parents didn't approve. And I was sitting and I was like, oh, that's good. And then my dad's like, oh, so you would do that? And I was like, well, if the parents are accepting and if the couple is in love, then hell yeah, just run.
Event over here. So we met. Oh, whoa, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back. Too much time went into this for you to just walk away. Come back. Come on. I have this whole thing wedding plan. So you guys have heard that saying, it takes a village to raise a child, yeah? It takes so many of you guys to keep a secret from this lady right here. Come on, baby. The amount of time she suspected I was doing some random shit, oh, absolutely worth it for this moment right here. Nikki Ann Huron, since our first date, I knew you were the woman for me. You are truly the most beautiful, most compassionate, most kind person I have ever had the privilege of knowing. These past 3.7 years, and it is exactly 3.7, we talked about this last night, they've been an absolute blessing. And there's really only one thing left to say here. Nikki and Huron, will you marry me? Which hand does this go? She said yes, guys. It's a good time.
This week I had a really great time with this guy I've been dating for like a month now. And I haven't dated a guy in almost a year. And when I say date a guy, I mean he actually takes me out on dates and spending money on me. He took me to get my eyebrows done. I got new hair in because of him. Amazing, got a whole bunch of new clothes. He bought me some new clothes. He fixed my car. He got my car up and fixed. This man has been doing for me since the day he met me. And I'm not even playing. This man has been doing for me since the day I met him, and I didn't even give him no coochie. The nigga hit me up and say, "Sweetie, can I see you today? Can I take you shopping today?" Yes! And the only thing, you know what I say? I said, "What's my budget for today?" I remember I was with a broke nigga one time, and I was giving him coochie. I asked this nigga to take me to get my nails done. I said I need $100. This nigga told me some $100. What is it gonna take you a month to get that bitch back? Literally, I remember when I used to have to ask a nigga for something, he would tell me to wait till he got paid. Nigga, now I'm disappointed. So now when niggas text me what you doing and all that, shut the fuck up, nigga. Please.
Story time on how I met this handsome Indian man at the gas station. Honey, when I say every chance I got, when I saw him at that window, I was showing all of my front teeth. I did not play. He was so sweet, so kind, and so patient with me. And his personality is top tier. He's so funny, y'all. And we started texting. He started just sending me flowers. Like, I love flowers. Still to this day, he gift me with flowers. He made me feel like a princess every day, every chance he got. He spoiled me with gifts. And then eventually we just started going on dates. y'all, more flowers. We started going to casino dates, movie dates. I'm talking about fair dates. Everywhere I go, he was right with me. And eventually, I mean, we clicked. Like, this is my person. We started celebrating holidays together, birthdays. We went on our first trip together to New Orleans. And baby, I started eating Indian food. I'm talking about every chance we got, I was eating Indian food. Like, I knew that this is my man, this is my husband, okay? And y'all know I also had to put him onto our food, and he loved it. And eventually, this man started staying in my apartment. I'm talking about we was cooking, watching movies every night. It was just a fairy tale, my fairy tale. He made sure that he did what he's supposed to do, okay? I'm talking about I was getting massages. We was going outside. He adored me so much. And I feel so safe and protected around him. At first, I was scared. But see this video right here? Y'all, I was complaining about my apartment. I was over it. I was tired. I was just tired of staying there. Now, I could have moved myself. But he said, just wait a minute. Just wait. Boom! He got us a whole new place to stay. And now I am Mrs. Sahotra. Dreams really do come true.
So being a black woman that has married into an Asian family, I do get this comment a lot, like this type of comment a lot. And we have had it on more recent videos, but I just can't find the comments. And I just specifically remembered getting it on this video. So this isn't to this specific commenter, but I just did want to comment on this because I know that like people are saying this mix or these types of marriages are rare or not that typical. And I would agree, but I definitely feel like we're beginning to see it more. But for us, like, our families wasn't an area of contention. Like, our families are very loving, our families are very supporting. And for me, like, marrying into my husband's family, I don't feel like an outsider. Literally all I have experienced is love. Like, I just feel like their daughter, I feel like their sibling. Like, that is all that I have experienced here. And I just wanted to make this video because I know that it's not something that you see a lot, but it's not always the narrative of like contention. It's not always a narrative that the family wasn't approving. Like, just look at our wedding video. Like, his family were there in full force. We enjoyed ourselves. And I also wanted to point out, like, we're Christians, so my husband's Christian, his family is Christian, and they definitely, you know, have Jesus as their example. And as Christians, if you're a Bible believing Christian, you know, we are taught, and it is your desire to follow the footsteps of Christ, to really reflect his character. And I can really see that in the way that I have been loved. So I just wanted to make this video because, like, black and Indian weddings do happen, and it doesn't have to be faced with like contention, and it doesn't have to be faced with, you know, families fighting or not being disapproved and the families not being there. Like, that wasn't our narrative. And I'm definitely sure there's people out there where, you know, this isn't gonna be your narrative either. So I just wanted to put that out there because, yeah, I don't know, the narrative is very much like negative, and I just wanted to give like a different spin or show a different side of that narrative, because that, just because that is the narrative you normally hear, doesn't make it the only narrative that's out there. And I'm just really thankful to God because I know that I married well. Not only that, the family that I married into, like, has just loved me so much, and it's like only due to Jesus, only due to God. So I just wanted to give like God the glory and just literally share that with you guys, and that's all. Bye.
That was a very interesting one. From those clips that we have watched, you can see that those creators have personal reasons as to why they opted to date these Indian men. And of course, from there we can see that, yeah, the energy just matches. Like we all know, a lot of black women tend to be confident, expressive, and straightforward, while many Indian men are seen as calm, reserved, and family-focused. So when a black woman who is more confident, more straightforward, and expressive meets a reserved, family-oriented, and calm Indian man, that combination just makes the best match. And like we have had one creator sharing that she was the one who made the first move to this Indian guy at the gas station. That shows you that, yeah, black women are confident and they are go-getters. And of course, it yielded the best relationship she's enjoying her life, she is being loved, right? That is what most women look for. And in the Indian man is where that black lady found it. Many Indian men grow up in environments where family comes first, where respect for elders is very important, and where long-term commitment is really encouraged. So with this, it often translates into wanting a stable and serious relationship other than just casual dating. And then that commitment mindset is also a very important thing to the Indian men. In many cases, dating is seen as something that leads to marriage, building a family, and long-term partnerships. So they don't just go for casual dating, for situationships. Their intentions are mostly about getting married. Then, of course, Indians are hardworking and ambitious, whereby a big cultural emphasis is placed on education, career success, and financial stability. And of course, this can make Indian men to be goal-driven, to be responsible, and focused on providing and building a future. And who doesn't want such a man? First of all, the Indians also don't go for the 50-50 thing. They are providers as men. And of course, with that, there is ambition. And then they are very respectful in their culture. This is something very serious, especially in courtship. Indian men are polite and respectful early on. They don't rush. That's why we had one woman saying that, yeah, she met this Indian guy. This guy has been shopping for her, doing for her things, but he has never asked her for. So that means, yeah, they are respectful. They don't rush. They take time to know you, and also they show effort in communicating. Indian men are good at communicating. This is very true, if they find you also interested in them. And of course, all this can feel really refreshing, especially in modern dating, where effort sometimes feels inconsistent. They are culturally rich and interesting. Being with someone from an Indian background often means exposure to diverse food and cuisine, festivals and traditions, music, movies, and languages. We have all seen this, even in their movies. Those who watch Zee World and those other Indian channels, you can see that they have a lot there in their culture. And with that cultural depth, it can make relationships more dynamic and exciting. Then Indians are loyal once they are committed. Once serious, many Indian men are known to stick around their partners. They prioritize, of course, stability within the relationship, and then they value loyalty highly. They are family-oriented partners. They often want to build a home. They value children and family life, and then they also take responsibility seriously. So for someone who may be looking for a long-term partner, this can be a big plus for the Indian men. Indians are very adaptable and they have a global mindset, especially for those who have lived abroad. They are open-minded, they can navigate different cultures so easily, and they are really willing to learn and adjust in relationships. So that is the good part about Indian men. And for those who are open to dating men from different cultures, Indian men can be one of the best. So when black women decide not to limit themselves to only one group of men and they go for the Indian men, that is something good, as long as they are happy, as long as they are loved. Then maybe, like one of the couples were sharing, I think there is an issue sometimes with the parents accepting someone from other races. But like that couple still shared, it's up to you, between you and your partner. And one good thing with them, like we have heard, they really respect their parents, they respect the elders. That means if they respect their parents, they will also respect you and your parents. We have heard where people have said Indian men, mommy's boys. If they love their moms, that means they will also love their wives like deeply. And with that, I'll end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you've had any experience dating an Indian man, you can share with us in the comments. And if you found this interesting or helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and let's catch up in the next video.